Hello friends. So today I am going to discuss the chapter The Book That Saved the Earth. This is written by Claire Boiko. So let us start the chapter. So what is the book actually that saved the earth? So here is the book. Mother Goes Nursery Rhymes. So this is a book of nursery rhyme that saved the planet Earth from alien invasion. The book that saved the earth is a humorous play set in the 25th century, showcasing how a simple book like this nursery rhymes Mother Goose prevents an alien invasion on Earth. Let us see the central idea of this chapter, the book that saved the Earth. The play centers on the theme of misunderstanding and unexpected power of knowledge. It explores how ignorance and fear of the unknown can lead to absurd conclusions and highlights the idea that knowledge, even from unexpected sources, can have a transformative impact. Let us see the short summary of this chapter. The play, since this is a play, in this play, aliens from the planet Mars led by the ruler think tank. Think tank is the ruler of this planet Mars. He planned to invade planet Earth. They perceive Earthlings as weak and unintelligent to prepare their study Earth's book to gain insight into its civilization. However, when they encounter a book of rhymes that is Mother Goose, nursery rhymes, they interpret the nonsensical verses literally, believing Earth to be a powerful and dangerous place. For example, the rhyme Humpty Dumpty leads think tank to believe that the Earth is filled with advanced weaponry and defensive strategies. Misinterpreting the rhymes causes the Martian to fear Earth and abandon their invasion plans. Thus, a simple children books ultimately saves the Earth from invasion. So let us first see the characters. Who are the main characters in this play? So the very first, the main character, you can say the protagonist of this play is Think Tank. So Think Tank is our main character. He the leader of the Martian land. You can say the leader of the Mars planet, and you can say the antagonist. Just the opposite of protagonist is antagonist. He plays the role of a villain. You can say. What is his characteristic? So he is very arrogant, self-important, always giving importance to himself than others, thinks highly of his intellect, calling himself the great and mighty think tank. However, his exaggerated confidence contrasts with his limited understanding as he frequently jumps to one conclusions to the other. His misinterpretation of rhymes as a serious, dangerous message showcases his lack of insight and critical thinking. Think tank represents leaders who are out of touch, overly confident in their power, and quick to dismiss those they see as inferior. So this is the characteristic sketch of the character think tank. He thinks himself as the intelligent of the characters on the planet Mars. Also, he is the ruler of the planet Mars. The next character is Noodle. He is a think tank's assistant. He is the assistant of think tank. He is intelligent, no doubt. Noodle is intelligent, logical, and quietly observant. He follows think tank's orders respectfully. He follows the orders of his boss, think tanks. He subtly questions the leader's interpretation by providing region alternative explanations. He represents wisdom and humility. He is very humble, he is very knowledgeable in comparison to think tank. He respects think tank's position but also gently challenges his illogical conclusions. The next character is Captain Omega. He is a Martian officer sent to Earth. He is the officer who is sent on a mission to invade the planet Earth. Captain Omega is dutiful and obedient. He is very dutiful, he is very obedient. always carrying out think tanks orders, always following think tanks orders without any question. He is very loyal. Omega is bewildered by Earth's culture, often relies on think tanks' interpretations. His blind obedience highlights the Martians' lack of critical thinking and their reliance on singular authority figure, leading them to accept absurd conclusions without questioning. Another character is a historian. He is the narrator of this play. He narrates the events of this story. The historian is knowledgeable and presents the story with humor and insight. So now after the character, let us see the plot summary in detail. So how the play begins? The play begins in the Museum of Ancient History in the year 2000, in the year 2520, means 2520, means future times. The historian introduces the story as the Great Martian Invasion. Invasion means attack, and explains how Earth was almost invaded by Martian due to massive misunderstanding. The historian sets the stage by describing the Martian ruling leader think tank, a self-important, a pompous ruler who regards himself as the wisest being in the universe. The discovery of the book. The Martian, they at the first, at the preliminary survey, they discovered a book on in a library on the planet Earth. So the Martian team lands in a library on the Earth where they encounter a book titled Mother Goose Nursery Rhymes. This is children books actually, which includes whimsical and nonsensical rhymes. Confound them, they confuse these rhymes actually confuse and surprise uh, the Martian people, and they have never encountered a book or nursery rhymes before. Think tank observing remotely is equally puzzled and interpret the nursery rhyme through his own paranoid and misinformed perspective. The misinterpretation of nursery rhymes. So here the twist of the play started. So they actually misinterpreted the nursery rhymes. The play's comedic high point occurs as think tank interpret the nursery rhyme literally believing they contain hidden some secret coded message about Earth's military capabilities. For example, when reading the rhyme Humpty Dumpty, think tank concludes that Earthlings are experimenting with complex weapons and threats, interpreting Humpty Dumpty as an advanced weapon that can shatter and be repaired, something he finds extremely alarming. In Hey, there is another nursery rhyme in this book, that is Hey Diddle Diddle, which mentions a cow jumping over the moon. A cow jumping over the moon. Think Tank is terrified by the idea that the Earth has animals capable of traveling to the other planet, posing an unimaginable threat. The next rhyme was Little Miss Muffet. This convinces think tank that the Earth has a spider-like creature that can potentially harm Martian. So each nursery rhyme further misleads think tank, fueling his paranoia and leading him to believe that Earth has sophisticated technology and powerful defenses far beyond the Martian comprehension. So here is the Humpty Dumpty nursery rhyme. Humpty Dumpty sat on a ball. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Here is Hey Diddle Diddle rhyme. Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. So what happened after interpreting the these nursery rhyme in a wrong way? The think tank took a very important decision, that is by fear and believing Earth to be far more dangerous than anticipated. So he thought that the planet Earth is very dangerous. The people of the planet Earth, they are already knowing about the planet Mars, and they are already planning an attack on planet Mars. So think tank, he panics after reading this nursery rhyme, misinterpreting these nursery rhymes. The seemingly simple nursery rhymes interpreted as evidence of Earth might convince him to abandon means leave any plans of invasions. He commands his team to return Mars immediately and declares Earth off limit, thereby preventing the invasion. So this is how the attack on the planet Earth was finally stopped, or you can say averted, postponed. Aftermath and irony. So the historian concludes the tale by explaining how this single book of nursery rhymes saved Earth from the Martian invasion. The story ends on a humorous note with an irony that Earth was saved not by any real technology or military power, but by a simple children's book that confused and frightened a group of Martians. Thank you.